Hi everyone, it's Janice. I don't know if you know me, but I am a part of the group called Together We Cook that Shelly Aronson started on Facebook. And I am not a professional chef, I am just a home cook who has been cooking since she was about 10 years old. I don't have any formal training other than a few cooking classes here and there, and I have a travel business that focuses on food travel. Because from the time I visited Europe, the very first time in 1980, I realized that the food that they served, prepared, and that we ate in Europe was a lot fresher than that we were able to access in the United States. So I took it upon myself to develop kind of a very fresh and natural way of eating that used ingredients not from a box or a can, but that could be found in the grocery store, on the produce shelves, at a farmer's market, or just a more natural environment. So today I'm going to put together a black bean and corn salad. It's just a simple little side salad that is very fresh, uses fresh ingredients, and can be an accompaniment to a dinner or just a lunch by itself. So the first thing that we need for a bean and corn salad would be corn. The other day, my wife and I grilled corn on the cob, and we actually used our smoker to do it, which gave it a really smoky, deep flavor. And instead of just grilling 2 cobs, we grilled 4 so that we could use it for another meal later in the week. Since we're all under the mandatory lockdown with coronavirus, we wanted to be able to cook the least amount of times and have the most amount of ingredients. So I took 2 of those corn cobs and I cut them off. Cut the corn off the cob, just that easy, and placed that into a little tiny bowl. Then, unfortunately, I was unable to find dried black beans, which I usually cook myself and then reconstitute because the grocery stores are empty. So I did have to resort to opening a can of black beans, one of the 2 that were left at our local grocery store. What I did with the can was open it and rinse it and drain it to keep it as close to its natural state as possible. Ideally, I would use dried beans and I would boil them on the stovetop, drain, and then save to use for later. I also chopped up some cherry tomatoes. Just, take them very simply. I cut them maybe in 3 and place them in a little bowl aside from the rest of the ingredients. I have some chopped cilantro that's fresh from the garden. We do grow a lot of vegetables in our garden, or at least I should say more herbs. We haven't been that successful with vegetables, but a lot of herbs, sage, thyme, cilantro, parsley, oregano, things like that, and basil. I have a basil plant on my window shelf. I don't know if you can see it, but I keep it ready in case we need fresh basil for any other recipes. So I have cilantro, I've got tomato, then I've got some onion, just a chop. I love onion. I put it in almost everything, as well as garlic. I'm a garlic person. So with the onion, and I know I'm not being like super neat and tidy here, but I'm not a real chef, I'm just a home chef. So I cut the onion and then I wind up chopping it at the end in probably what is not a professional manner, but it works for me. And it's never exactly even, but it's pretty good, I'm gonna say. So after I finish chopping the onion, then we've got some red and yellow bell pepper that I split, took the white membrane and the seeds out, and then just chopped into very small pieces, which you can see look like that. And that's really all the ingredients other than garlic, which forget about it. We can't live without garlic. If you're Italian, you know what that means. My mom is Jewish, my dad's Italian. We ate very well growing up, and garlic was always a part of our meal. So I know people probably don't like these garlic presses. I think if you're an authentic chef, you would probably abhor my use of them, but they're easy enough. So I just used 1 clove of garlic. I'm gonna pour the corn into this bowl. I'm gonna bring that closer to me. I'm going to pour the black beans, the onion. I've got a half of an onion in here now. We'll see how that works. The cilantro. And some cherry tomatoes. All fresh ingredients. Now, I use French sea salt that's a little bit saltier than regular kosher salt. I determined and learned, I think through reading somewhere, that kosher salt is cured with bleach or some sort of a non-traditional method, and just the normal kosher salt that you buy isn't that good for you. So I started buying this French sea salt, Fleur de Sel, and this one is gray. It's medium weight, not super fine, and I'm putting a little bit of that on the salad. I'm also putting some fresh cracked pepper. We use a lot of fresh cracked pepper in our house. And then some extra virgin olive oil. I don't measure anything, so I do most of my cooking by feel. And if you want specific ingredient amounts, I can probably try, but I do most of my cooking to taste. So I've got a little red wine vinegar that I just put in as well. And I'm going to toss this together, see how it looks, and then I'll give myself a little taste to get everything mixed in there very well. I put the garlic on the bottom, fresh garlic, so it's going to be mixed in really nicely. And I adjust the flavoring, the salt and pepper, to taste. So you can see what it looks like. It's very, very fresh looking. And I will let this sit in the refrigerator probably until dinner so that the flavors just continue to meld. You've got the smokiness of the corn, you've got the freshness of the cilantro, you've got the pungency of the onion and the garlic. And once they sit and meld together, everything will come together beautifully. We're having tonight a ribeye steak with Santa Maria style barbecue rub on it. So this is kind of a good kind of Southwest accompaniment, and we'll probably do some potatoes as well. But I like to try to match my food side dishes with the meal that we're going to have. So I think this will be a great accompaniment, and I hope you like it. Let me taste and see how it is. Perfect. Thanks so much. Tune in next time.